All right, now to talk about the next temperament, which would be the SPs, which these are the artisans. These are freedom loving people who like freedom and they essentially do what they want. Why do they do what they want? This is because they are pragmatic and interest based. Let's go over some basics of what pragmatic means. Pragmatic means typically libertarian viewpoints. Although there are a lot of liberals in the SP because of interest reasons. They're more to individualisms. They do what they want. It can be self-centered, self-determination, self-manifest, destiny, pursue excellence, personal achievements, autonomous, seeking outcomes, making decisions, seeking faster outcomes, talking initiative, getting things done on their own, freedom of actions, roles are arbitrary. Roles are arbitrary, focused on merit, personal sovereignty, don't like obstacles or roadblocks, the power of the individual. Now, when it comes to SPs, these are pretty much your stereotype men, as the SJs are your stereotype women. That being said, different interaction style come off as more feminine, while others come off more masculine than others. SPs, for the most part, are high SE, and in the gay community, this would make them the tops, and the SJs being the bottoms, typically speaking. However, that is not 100%. There are, some conclusions on this. And so in the bedroom, these people are the ones who want to be in control. If you can picture yourself as an SI user, you are the canvas, and the SE user is the painter. And so the canvas obviously wants to be painted on. And so, whether we're talking about straight, gay, or whatever kind of sex, it's all about receiving pleasure and giving pleasures. And SPs like to give pleasures in a lot of different ways. They're high SE, and so they're going to be good with physics and physical things, manipulation. These guys get into music, they get into dancing, they get into acting, they get into construction, they get into art. Pretty much anything that's creativity is SE. And so you'll see a lot of actors who are ESTP, people like Joe Rogan, for instance, is an ESTP, although he's always high, and so that shoves him into his INFJ aspiration. People like Taylor Swift are ESFPs, and as you can see, she wants to be an entertainer. SPs like to create things to give other people a good experience and to make other people comfortable. They also want to create a life for an SI user to make them comfortable and want to live. And so an SE user or an SP will want to create a house or buy a house or create a family environment for their SI user who is loyal to them only, because SE craves loyalty. They want to have their one man or woman that only sleeps with them. For instance, now they may not live up to that promise themselves, but that is what they desire. They desire loyalty. They desire their main spouse or whatever in that sense. And so SPs are prone for loyalty checks. They like to make sure that their friends are loyal to them, and so they may push you away, seeing you come back. And this is something they do. Now, go over interest base, focus attention on motivation. What is in it for me or you? Interests, purpose, rules are arbitrary, agenda, motive, intentions, case by case basis. Transactional, anarchist, trade, level setting expectations. People's interests have to be clear, no guesswork, greater meaning, deeper purpose. What is the point? Game. Why do people do what they do? SPs are all about why people do things. They want to know what's in it for you. What are you talking about? Why are you doing this? And so you might say, why would a freedom loving person want to get involved in a union, for example? Well, if there's interest involved, they may give up parts of their freedoms to that union because they want to receive that retirement that's a good interest for their family or the insurance for their family. And so this is how they can go liberal or very right. Typically speaking, though, pragmatics do not follow the law even if they vote that way. Okay? I have a very leftist boyfriend who does not follow the law. Pragmatics typically will break the laws when it fits their agenda, what they want to do, or if they think the rule is stupid. My father is an ESFP and he leans more left, but he also does not. He likes to speed. do like basic things. It's just like, oh, that's stupid. The pragmatics will like maybe let their dog shit on somebody's yard and walk off, or you have like those little dog places where they have like the bags and stuff like that. Pragmatic may or may not pick up their dog shit. Okay, so that's kind of how they are in society, freedom based lovers, things like that. And so when it comes to SPs, their benefits obviously are anything physical, either creating music, creating art. They are entertainers. If you want to look at pop stars, the majority of them are ISFPs or ESFPs. There's no shortage of them. Actually, Eminem is an ISTP. Haley from Paramore, ISTP. And so there's a lot of these people who are really, really involved in music. These people keep us entertained in life because they want to give everyone a good experience. They want to make you comfortable with something they create. And so what can be the downfall of these people? They are very in the moment. Since they're so high SE, that's about reality and they're concrete. Remember, concrete's about what's provable, not necessarily what could be happening. They could be really stuck in the moment. If you remember, like, for instance, Prince was very hesitant, or, well, he's dead now, so it don't matter, but hesitant about getting involved in music with the internet and found it to be completely preposterous and hated it, okay? He missed out on a lot of money in some cases over this. And so many artists who are maybe more abstract, more future thinkers could have saw this and said, hey, I need to get more involved in the internet and get our music out that way. And now you see how internet's completely revolutionized the way music is portrayed. Many artists disappeared because they did not get on board because they get really stuck in the moment. I see this very often with ISTPs who have all the talent in the world at creating things, fixing cars, fixing houses, doing any kind of thing with their hands, but they're so stuck in the moment and so stuck in their concrete mindset, they don't foresee, hey, maybe I should get some kind of training in fixing electric cars or Teslas or things like that because this is the way trends are going. They're going to stick with what they know and probably what their daddy taught them. Okay? And so many very talented SPs don't see the future in a way they should, and they can get and life can just pass them by. You see this a lot with people who are, hey, I invested my whole life in mining coal, but is this really where the future is going? So you see a lot of coal miners are like, hey, we have no job. What do I do now? This is all I know how to do. Not preparing for the future, maybe getting a different trade. And so this is a huge problem when people are really stuck in the moment. And so this is some things that SPs can get, and they can get pretty screwed over in this case. SPs can get involved in politics too, like AOC is an ESFP herself. And so they have this interest base in politics and things like that, and they can get it and become quite entertaining when it comes to political motivations. In the XJW community, in my opinion, I'm pretty sure that these types, this temperament is going to be the people that want to do the physical protesting and actually crash Kingdom Halls because they want to physically be there and to see the reactions and to feel the reactions. And so you see people like Lloyd Evans or myself or even John. I believe all three of us are SI users, and we're more about, hey, our experience, let's do our protesting from the outside and not really get involved in people physically because physical this thing is not our thing. SC users, SPs typically have really bad tempers, get violent, punch walls, and so this is where they come in as like the manly man stereotype. Okay, and so when you see, typically speaking, somebody who's pissed off and starts throwing their golf clubs across the field, more than likely they're going to be an SP. I golf with them. They're typically in the brothers who kind of do their own thing behind the scenes and kind of sneak around the SJ elders, because they're pragmatic, they're interest based. And so these types are your manly men. These are the guys seeking for loyalty. They want to be a creator. They want to create a very comfortable lifespan, a life for the people they love, and that's what they do. And very thankful for them because all of great arts like Michelangelo's David, things like that, Sistine Chapels, these are all created by SPs, and SPs are the artisan freedom loving temperaments, and those are my thoughts on them.